Hello, welcome to Tangle Time Arts. My name is Nana Heron, and I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today I'm super happy to be here to take a look at Inktober Tangles. We're on day 4 already. We're moving right along here. And today we're going to look at a floral tangle by Stephanie Jennifer herself. And Stephanie Jennifer is the one who puts together this whole Inktober Tangles packet for us. If you haven't downloaded yours yet, the link is in the description. And what's super great about this packet is that each day has its own square, and you get the little picture of it. The name, you can click on that to take you to the step out, and of course the name of the artist or the certified Zentangle teacher. All right, so we'll be looking at Feist. And for today's project, you just need the triangle tile. If you don't have one of these, you can measure out an equilateral triangle. So all 3 sides, they measure the same. And I think it's about, yeah, 3.5 inches on all sides. Excuse me, I'm still struggling a little bit with my asthma and allergies. So you will also need, we're going to use a red pen today. We're going to switch it up a little bit. And a number 2 pencil and a tortillon. I also have my basic pack of 12 Crayola colored pencils, which I use a lot. And on standby, I have the Altitude gel pens just in case we want to add a little sparkle to it. All right, so we're going to start with our pencil, and I already kind of penciled it in the center. It's just a guesstimate, just a little dot there, so we can work off of that. And then we'll take our red pen. If you don't have a red pen, of course, black will work just fine. And we are going to start with, Stephanie says to start with a little sparkle, and then we're going to blossom. All right, so our little sparkle is like kind of like a diamond shape. So our little sparkle there. And then it's going to blossom. So following along our sparkle line, I'm going to come out and make like a lobe, almost a circle, but don't close it. And then we're going to bounce over here and make another lobe, almost like an 8. And then to me, it looks like we're going to put a little crown on it. So where we have 2 bumps here, we're going to do 3. Okay. So we're going to kind of start right where the curve goes this way. We're going to go a little straight up and make a bump. And then another bump. And then come back down. So that's our little, I call it like a little crown. And then you can add these kind of in the center of the flower. So our little stamens. And I personally like to ink this in here. That's optional, but I like to do that. All right, and I'm going to rotate this around. So this flower is pointing straight up towards that point. My next flower is going to point towards the next point. And we have our center roughly here. So I'm going to put in our sparkle. I'm just going to go ahead and ink that in. And then we're going to do our lobes. Remember, don't go all the way into the top of the sparkle. So we have 2 bumps here. And then we're going to go ahead and make 3. 1, 2, 3. And then put these in for detail in the center, which is what makes it really look like a little blossom. And then we're going to rotate. So we're going to put our last flower pointing towards that end. So we have our little sparkle, our two lobes, and then we're going to do, I like to call it like a crown. To me, it looks like a little crown or a tiara. And then add our detail. And I like to ink that in. So that's Feist, a sweet, simple flower. You can add more detail to these areas, but I'm going to leave them as they are for now, um, because I'd like to add some leaves to this, and I thought it would be great to add some poke leaf. So poke leaf is one of those fun, easy ones that we learn in the very beginning. So I'm still using the red pen, and I think I'm going to start just here, make a curve and another curve, and kind of put in a little smile there. And then we're filling in kind of like a heart-shaped leaf, like that. I'm going to rotate a little, and I'm going to add another leaf. So I'm going to put in a curve, and I'm going to aura that. Put in a little smile, and then our little heart shape. I am going to rotate this way a little bit. And I think I'm going to come off of here and add a curve and another curve. A little smile. And a little heart shape. And you can just put these in here and there wherever you feel like you would like to have some leaves. But I just feel like these two go so well together. Like that. I'm gonna rotate my tile a little bit, add a leaf coming off of here. We'll come back down, maybe off of here. So this leaf is a little bit behind the flowers. And I'm going to tuck one in here. So it's pretty random. You can just add them here and there wherever you feel like you would like to see a leaf. And maybe I could add another one here. Like that. All right, cool. Now we're going to take our little pencil, and we're just going to add a little shading before we add a little color. So I thought we would add a little bit of shading back here, just because that area is behind these petal areas here. So you don't need a lot, just a tiny bit. And you might have other ideas for shading, and that's fine. You can go ahead and do that. And then I'll put some shading in there. I'm trying to decide if I want to make these stems kind of a red color or what color I would like to fill them in. I don't know. Kind of thinking, of going with the red. Um, but let's take our tortillon and let's go ahead and blend this out a little bit. Like that. And I'm just going to go ahead and blend these as well. And these are not large areas, so it goes pretty quickly. Oops, I forgot that in there. But when you have enough graphite on your tortillon, you can just add it to different areas. All right. And then, yeah, I think I will, well, let's do this. Let's take, if you have a gel pen, I'm using a green metallic gel pen from Altitude. And you can get those at Target, and they're really reasonably priced. And I've been enjoying working with them because so far over the months, they've remained really juicy and they just work so well. So I'm actually making the stems in this using this metallic gel pen. But you can ink it in with whatever pen you're using, whether it's black or red. And the only thing I would say is whenever you're using a gel pen of any kind, make sure it dries because it can smear a little bit. All right, now I'm going to take some colored pencils. And the box of 12 has two, a dark one and a green one. And then we also have, we can use yellow or white to blend that up. So I'm actually going to start with just the, let's see, it's just called a yellow green. I'm just lightly filling that in. Just to add a little color. And I think that pack of 12, you can get them for really cheap too, especially if you wait for like sales for back to school or something like that, which we just finished, but um, you can definitely get them for a good price. All right, now I'm going to take the darker green, which is just green, and add a little bit of color here around where the stem meets the leaf part. Oh, I forgot one. Go back to my yellow green and fill that in. Oops. There we go. That looks better. So I like adding at least two colors if I can when I'm working with colored pencil. Um, just depends on what I'm coloring, but when you start adding layers, it gives it a lot of depth. And then we'll take our yellow and kind of add it to the pointy areas here. Just a little bit. You don't need a lot. All right, I think we went all the way around. And then you can decide what color you'd like to make your flowers. So what colors do we have here? I'm thinking, I don't know, I might even actually go with the yellow. Um, or we can just leave it white. We could try to just leave it white. I'm gonna go back in with my pencil and add some shading around the flowers, around the feist, like that. And then we'll decide after we do this if we want to add some color or do we just want to have white flowers? All right, let's take our tortillon and let's do some blending. All right, those are our sweet little flowers. And what we could do, I'm still trying to think, like, do I want them orange or yellow? Um, I think we could add a little bit of orange. So let's add like a little bit of color here. I'm just very lightly adding it in there, kind of to the outer edges. I'm not pressing a lot. I'll press a little harder so you can see on the screen, but you don't need a lot of color for this. All right, and then I'm going to take the yellow and I'm going to press kind of in the centers and make that darker. And then I'll kind of go over these orange areas and kind of lightly fill in the sections we left white, just lightly. Excuse me. All right, so we added a little color to those. Those look so cute. And then I'm going to go back and I think I will take that gel pen. And you can use a different color if you'd like at this point, but I'm just using the same green one. And I'm gonna add some sweet little tendrils. And these are just little squiggles. Um, so you just put them in anywhere you have a little bit of space that you can add them. And that. And I'll put another one here. Let's see. Are we about done? I think so. I think that looks good. That's really cute. So sweet. I really like this one. It's so simple, but you can add depth to it and color to it. And there's so many things you could do with it. It's just it's probably fast becoming my new favorite tangle. So thank you, Stephanie Jennifer, for sharing that. Really cool. All right, I'm going to put my initials in here somewhere, and maybe I'm actually going to use my gel pen here. Where should I put it? Where should I put it? Where should I put my initials? Maybe I'll just go in here. Yeah, cool. And now it's time to fill out the back. Put my name and the date. It's the 4th. And it's Inktober 2024. Day 4. And we had Feist by Stephanie with an IE, Jennifer. And that's it. Super sweet, super fun, super easy, but it looks really cool. I mean, it's a lovely botanical project that you can do here, and you can add it with other tangles or other leaf shapes. It's just very versatile. You could have different colors of petals, or you could add little details in there with your pen. So practice with this one, make it your own. Let me know how you're doing with it. Maybe you tried a different color. I'd love to hear about it. And this has been so much fun. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. We'll see what tomorrow brings. And for now, I'm going to say good night. And I'll see you next time. I love you guys. Bye bye.